Hey guys, this is Ben for Brooklyn Shooters. We're talking about the Travelwide 90 today. It's by Wanderlust Cameras. It's a large format point and shoot camera. And the idea is that it's light and portable, and this is all that it does. And they also have a 65mm version that has fixed hyperfocal length. This 90mm has a helical that lets you focus to a set of different distances. So you can see it come out there. And this was a Kickstarter project for Wanderlust. They had done a couple other things before this, but this is the most recent thing that they've done. There are no movements, so you can't change your focal plane, you can't adjust the lens or anything like that. All you can do is focus and change shutter speeds in your aperture. There are a few accessories here. The camera comes basically just like this with just a viewfinder, and this is removable also. They have three cold shoes in the top here that you could add other accessories into. I added this rangefinder, which is what they recommend, but it's not coupled to anything. So all you actually do is find your focal distance on here using the rangefinder, and then you have to set it manually yourself using the helical. So let me show you the inside of here. They also developed a cool system for inserting film holders that is made to be able to happen with one hand. So you can pop the film holder out with one hand, and then you put it back in at a 90-degree angle just like this, and just flip it under the springs. It's hard to do upside down, actually. But the whole idea is that you can pull it out of your bag, slap in a film holder, take a shot, and move on. I use it with a couple different film holders. This is a normal 4x5 sheet film holder. It's not loaded right now, so I can show you the inside. I also use it with a Polaroid back that takes the Fuji FP100 or the 3000B, if you can still find that around. So this is pretty cool. The only thing with this is you have to take the spring off to get this film holder on, and then you can't put the dark slide back in while it's in the camera, so you have to shoot the whole set of film while it's in there. I also use this with the roll film holder backs, and these are made by Graflex. They're really old, and they take 120 film. They pop in the same way as the other 4x5 film holders, but the dial to adjust, to advance your frame, fits right into the gap in the Travelwide. So I don't think that was intentional, but it does work really well. Yeah, and the slide can still come in and out, so you can take a shot on this, switch it back to 4x5, take a shot on that, and all you really change with that is the size of... What you change there is the size of the image you're getting. It's basically like a crop sensor where you end up not getting the image as big, but that's all. So a couple of cool things about the camera that they worked really hard on were this spring back. They put a lot of engineering into the tension that the spring puts on the film holders so that it feels right to you, and the angle that these protrusions stick out at so that you can slip the film holder underneath with one hand. They put a lot of work into that, and I think it actually feels really well. The only tip that I have there is if you're using the 120 backs, there's a gap right here that the spring doesn't actually hold, so you just have to make sure you're holding that while you're taking a shot. It's never been an issue for me. They also put a lot of time and effort into the helical and getting that to focus correctly and then stay where it is without slipping. They had a lot of problems, and it took a couple of years to re-engineer the helical and the plastic they were using to get it to fit properly with the right amount of clearance. I think it really paid off. It has also never been a problem with me. There was a little while where I didn't really trust the focus on this when I got it, and you have to kind of take time and calibrate it. When I got the camera, I didn't exactly trust the focus, and it took time to calibrate and make sure that everything was really set up properly. They give you a piece of plastic textured ground glass with it to help set up your focus, but the texture on it they had a big problem with also, which was another delay in the process. And the texture that's there is really not that great, and it's really hard to see what you're doing. So I actually took the ground glass out of one of my other 4x5 cameras and slipped it in here and used that to focus, and that made a huge difference. Then I checked it on their original ground glass and it still looked good. All the images I've gotten have looked really good. It's really cool to be able to just pull this light, not made of metal, plastic, hard body camera. You just pull this out of your bag, take a shot, and walk away. It's I'm really into that idea of just moving through different things and being able to be portable without needing a tripod. I rarely would use the movements on my 4x5 anyway, so it's pretty cool. This is Ben for Brooklyn Shooters. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. We have some more videos coming out pretty soon. Thanks.